Hey YouTube, welcome to another Solidworks quick tip. Today we're going to look at creating a custom property tab. The first thing to do is to go to your Start menu, find the Solidworks Tools folder, and then open the Property tab Builder. Now I'm going to rename that group box to Identification, just as a hint to the sort of properties that will be in it. Drag a text item into that box and we'll change the caption and the name for it to be description. And make sure we check the configuration to show this on the custom tab. Now I'll drag another text box in and I'll change the caption and the name to be part number. Notice the spelling is the same as with the custom properties we've been setting up in earlier videos. This time I'm also going to set the value to a prefix I use on all parts. At the moment it's P00 and it will be for the next few months, so I'm going to set that up here now just to give me a head start when I start typing in the part numbers. Next I'll drag a list in and I'll change the name and caption of this to revision. Now my revisioning system is just a letter, so I'm going to create default values A to F. I generally don't go past revision C or D anyway. That should save me any typing, but I'll also check the tick box to allow manual changes as well, just in case I do. Now just a quick check through the previous items to make sure I set the configuration correctly. I'll drag in a new group box now, just to add all my approvals. In here I can fill in some of the values because I'm a one-man band. It's always going to be approved by me, drawn by me, and etc. So they can be pre-filled in. And once more, another quick check back through all previous items just to make doubly sure that everything is set to show in the custom tab. Finally, I'll add another group box for the stock information. I'll put a list into there to enter in the stock type, such as angle iron, RHS, SHS, etc. All the different types of stock that I generally use for constructing, and I will allow manual entry in case there's something I've missed. And then I'll add a text box below that for entering the stock size. If those are printed out on the plans, it makes ordering of the plans just a little bit easier. Earlier I dropped a text box in the wrong position, so now I'll just right click on that and delete it. This may seem a bit paranoid, but before I save it, I do one last check through every item just to make sure that the configuration has been set correctly to show it on the custom tab. Now finally we save our template. Again, I save into a template area that is outside the normal Solidworks tree. I prefer to do it this way, but it does mean that eventually I have to tell Solidworks where to go and look for my custom templates. If you've followed my other videos, this will be a familiar operation. We go to the Tools menu and select Options, and then in System Settings we go to the File Locations area. Once we're there, we want to show the folders for the custom property files. Since there's nothing of interest to me in the default directory, I generally just delete that one and then I add my own custom property template directory as the only one. If I open a new part and go to the Properties tab, you can see our properties are already there because we only have one template. But if we had multiple templates, we could click on the More Properties button and that would open a dialog which should allow us to choose one of the templates. Now if we open a new part, we can use the Property tab to enter the properties there very conveniently. Now just open the normal properties area before we apply these settings, and you can see that the properties are empty. Close that, and now if I click on the Apply button and we go back there, you can see that the properties have been filled in. Finally, if we open an existing part which was created using one of the templates or parts that we created in an earlier video, you'll see that this Property tab will interact perfectly with the existing properties. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial. I hope you found it interesting, got some new knowledge from it. If you did, please tick like and consider subscribing for more. If you're wondering what all the extra noise in the background was, the local wildlife, by way of birds, parrots mostly, have been particularly vocal